Hi, David from TechNewOld, and today we are looking at some Sanyo Xacti camcorders. I've got 3 of them. I was a major fan of these. This Japanese electronic firm, I think, produced some wonderful, usable pistol grip dual cam cameras, which are great for the active type, and I thought really easy to use. Now, I've got 3 of them from a range of time. This one's 2008. I think this is 2010, 2012. I want to have a look at, as always, are these cameras this old technology, any good today? Sanyo, which you probably know, Japanese electronics firm, which really came to prominence in the 1970s when it sort of expanded worldwide, and then back in 2009, Panasonic bought a 50% stake, and 2012 bought the rest of it, fully incorporated it, and effectively ended the Xacti, that entered the Sanyo brand, and that included Xacti. But we will see that in some later Panasonic models, like this one here, the HXDC2, it actually is a Sanyo and just remodeled. Right, so let's take a look at the 3 cameras which I have. Let's start with the Xacti VPC-CA8EX. A mouthful. Let's just call it the VPC-CA8. This is their waterproof model. This came out in 2008. It's quite chunky. When it came out, it retailed at £245. That's quite a lot, because it came down soon after that. So I said it's 8 megapixels. It doesn't actually shoot in full HD, and again, this is 2008. It shoots in 640 by 480 up to 60 frames, which is pretty good, down to 1.5 meters underwater. And there's 8 image programs. There's the menu button just there. So let's have a quick look. So there's you probably can't see that, or you might be able to, I know it's not focusing. There's the video options. In photo, it can actually go up to 12 megabytes by interloping. I think that's where it puts 2 images on top of the other, I'm not sure, but 8 mega is what it shoots natively. And then you've got pretty standard selection of different scenes. There's 7 of those, plus 8 of those actually, plus underwater, and there's a full auto. I like the fact that you can swivel. Oh, you can't on this. Yes, you can. So you could do the selfies, even underwater. I did read that if you do take this underwater, you mustn't knock it, because the compartment, which is here, is only single. It's only got a single latch. It's not the easiest thing to open either, which I guess is a good thing because it's underwater. You want it to flip it. There you go. There's the battery and the SD card, plus this AV out specialist. I don't quite recognise what cable that is. It's got to be a specialist cable. Anyway, let's put that back. Look, it's quite chunky. Is it useful today? The photos are okay. They're best in good daylight, not so good indoors. The video footage is 640, 60 frames. It's okay if you're looking on your TV monitor. On a full TV, it's not going to be so great, and I think we're in a world of full HD, so maybe a little bit short on the video recording. I like the format. You've got a button for camera, button for video. I do like that. And I like the pistol grip. It's good for an action cam. Could you use this today? Well, look, if you've got one, if you can pick one up really cheap, I think you could, around £10-15, so maybe $20 or less. They are cheap now. If you're going to an amusement park or a beach, or you're going to be walking out in the rain, this is going to be able to handle it. Do I trust its waterproof ability? Given this came out in 2008, that's 12 years old. Well, the manufacturer said you should replace the rubber seal every year. Now, I have no idea if that rubber seal has ever been replaced, so I wouldn't really trust it underwater, but I would not be scared to allow this to get wet. Right. Okay, let's look at the next model. This is, well, the one we're looking at right here. It is the Sanyo VPC-CG10. It is a 10 megapixel camera, and it can shoot in full HD, 1280 by 720 at 30 frames. One thing I have to say about this is I really like the feel of it. It's just the right size. The grip is comfortable in my hand. I like it. I want to take photos with this, which is a good thing because this is its role. Similar to the VPC-CA, but more user-friendly because it's not waterproof, so you're going to have more controls just accessible with your thumb. I touch the left-hand side button and it will move to camera mode. Obviously, if I release, it'll go back to video mode. Let's go back to camera. Let's take a shot. Whoa, that is slow. We're still waiting for it to process. Okay, that's quite slow. So that's going to be a negative. You know, in a world of smartphones where we're used to taking multiple shots as really quickly, that's going to put some people off. But at the same time, I would say this will make you set your shot up, or make you think about it and make it count, which is how photography used to be, and it helps you produce good photos, photos which count. So let's have a look at the menu. So 10, it can actually shoot 12 mega. I guess that is interloping. So there's plenty of choices of different photo formats. You can get a wide 16 by 9 in 7.5 megapixels. And in video, there's the 1280 by 720 at 30 frames, but the choice is limited. The next is 640 by 480 at 60 frames, which is really not good enough today. But all said, you've got quite a few choices and options. You've got video stabilizer, photo stabilizers, you've got different programs. There's 8 different programs in total, including full auto. You've got a face chaser, and you can set up some shortcuts. I've set up shortcuts. So I can do a burst mode, which is quite slow actually, so not that great. I can set up a timer, and I can control the flash, or by a simple shortcut toggle of the joystick here. Right. When this came out in 2009, the CG10, it retailed £199. $200. Today you can pick it up £10 to £15, no more than $20. Would I recommend it today? Yes, I like it. It's a great feel. I think it would help me take some great shots, especially action shots if I'm climbing or walking or just generally outdoors. It's just nice to aim this at what you want to take a photo at. And there's one final feature I actually forgot to mention, which I liked. You could give this to the kids. There's a simple mode down here which you select, and this is just a simple shooting mode. There's a lot less controls. You can only control the HD level of the video, the focus mode, whether you want a flash or not. Let's press menu, and that's it. The rest is just take photos. It's in full auto, so that would be good for the kids. So I would recommend it. The SD card goes in there, and the battery here. You can't charge it from the camera. You'll have to use a separate charger, but that's okay. The batteries are okay. They do munch the batteries. You're probably around 40 minutes of continuous use, but hopefully you're not going to be filming for 40 minutes or taking photos of that time. It's going to be snap opportunistically. So the CG10, I like it, and I wouldn't hesitate in getting one of these today. Next we have the Sanyo VPC-CG100. This is effectively the big brother of the CG10, and the big difference is this has 14 megapixels compared to the 10 on the CG10, and more importantly this one shoots in full HD 1920 by 1080 60 frames. Much higher spec than the CG10, which was 1280 by 720 30 frames. Again, this pistol grip format, the dual cam, left and right depending whether you want camera mode or video. What I also like about the CG100 is in the setup, in the shortcuts, which both the other two cameras also have, but it's far more limited. I have many more options, which includes the following. I can choose whether I want this camera to be in camera mode or video mode from start. So I much prefer to see my image initially in camera mode. So here it is, and by simply clicking to the left I can have it in video mode, whereas before on the other models it would by standard be in video mode, and I would have to press down gently on the camera mode to see what it would look like for a photo. Now I can leave it by default in camera mode, which I prefer. Otherwise, this camera is very much similar to the CG10, which, as I said, it's big brother. Full flip round, got a full auto, it's got 7 programs. You have electronic stabilization for photos and video taking. Not brilliant. When using these, you should double grip and keep your hand as steady as possible. Let's quickly check the speed of a photo. Remember, the CG10 was not that fast. Let's get this into shot. So, focusing. It's quite slow. It's quite slow. And that may be because I put the photo view on 2 seconds, but it's not the fastest shooter either. Okay, so I think I didn't have to keep my hand steady for that long. It had taken the photo and it was just processing, and you can straight away review all your photos. Pretty fast going through. I do like it. I do like its form factor. The access to the SD card is there through that slip there, and the battery slides out that way. You can't charge this via the camera. You have to use a standalone charger. But I do like it. I really do like it. So down in the description, I've put some links to other people's videos where they've shown the video and photo quality of these models. So if you want to explore further and see the quality, please have a look at the links. So we've looked at 3 cameras: the VPC-CA8, the Xacti VPC-CG10, and the Xacti VPC-CG100. TechNewOld. Can we use old technology today? Is it still worth it? Well, I'd probably not bother with this one. I wouldn't trust whether it was still watertight, given that the manufacturer said you've got to replace the rubber every single year. It'd be okay, it's going to get splashed, but then again, mobile phones today are water resistant. So yeah, if you've got one, it might be a laugh to use, but the film and video recording is just too limited and doesn't stand up today. So this is a pass. Now, on the other 2 models, the CG10 and the CG100, oh yes, I'd still mess around with these. The CG10, which only got 10 megapixel camera shooting, can film in HD, 1080 720 by 30. I love the feel of this. I mean, you're looking at your subject, you set the photo up, and you take the photo. It feels great. You'll get good results, albeit they're not fantastic in low light included. Now, the winner, of course, is the CG100, because it has 14 megapixel camera shooting, and it's got that full HD video recording at 60 frames per second. It's small, it's slightly smaller than the CG10, which is great if it's going in your pocket, and still feels good in your hand when you're filming or taking photographs of your subject. So I like it, you know, James Bond. Boom. Great product. Really doesn't cost very much anymore. 10, 15, 20 pounds, $20. Filming and video, I don't take something which focuses on the job. You'll get good results. Not the fastest of products, none of them. They're a bit slow, and so that may be slightly frustrating, but it will help you to set up your shot. Now, in another video, not in this one, I'll show you what happens to Sanyo after Panasonic took them over in 2012, which is they produce these, and these are also available, and they're not expensive, and better still, it's Panasonic's take on the VPC dual cam. It's basically an Xacti in a different skin, with Panasonic adding their touch to it. And this is the HX-DC2. Alright, that's for another video. Anyway, you do see these on eBay. You should don't be afraid to pick up this old tech, which is still good to use today. Thanks for watching. Bye.